There we go. All right. So give me a kiss. That'd be.
Love you more.
All right. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? I am Davey.
Hi, Misty.
And welcome. Welcome back to another episode of DMWATS podcast. So you may have noticed that we haven't been here in a little while. So we're gonna come straight out and be transparent to everybody.
We're not gonna
beat around the bush. We suffered a tragic loss in our family. Our service dog, Nala. She there was an accident and she ended up passing away. So it was a tragic event for us, and we had to take some time because that dog, she is a lasting force in our life. So we had to take some time. And as you can see, we're still not fully 100% when it comes to that, but we still wanted to come on and at least do episode and put that out there. You guys, I don't think I need to tell you, but pretty sure you can find us at DMWATSpodcast.com at this time and all those other good things.
This is really hard.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of hard things.
Yes, we have.
But recording, coming down here, we haven't been downstairs since November 18th.
Yes.
We haven't.
Yeah, so this is our first time in our spot since November 18th. And as we said, our Nala was she's very special to us. You guys may have seen it on some of the other podcasts.
Yeah.
You
can go back through any of them
and see
you
her.
Can hear her barking. You can see her if we'll get emotional or loud. You'll see her biting us.
Yep.
You'll see, all that stuff. And coming down here, it was a ritual.
Right.
With her.
And she would normally be set up right below our feet right now. She's the reason we even did a service dog podcast. If you guys goes back and see our specials, and you will see that we did a special on service dog. And I will never negate anybody's feelings on losing a pet.
Absolutely not.
This is not to negate anybody's feelings.
Our trauma is not worse than yours
or anything like that. But service dogs they're a lot different.
Way different.
Way different.
There is a difference.
There is a difference. Service animal. I won't say service dog. I'll say a service animal. Period. Service animal literally becomes a part of your soul to put it lightly.
Yeah.
She was literally my shadow. To put it lightly, she was she was a lot to us. She meant a lot to us.
Yeah. So, and we both had animals, growing up, and as adults, you have animals, you have dogs.
Yeah.
And things, obviously, dogs pass away.
Of course.
And we've all grieved, and he and I had gone through an animal of ours had passed away. And so, and it sucks and it hurts. And then a couple months goes by and you're like, okay, well, and in our case, it was, it came in the way of prescription, and hey, you have to have a service animal. And he resisted because he didn't want another dog after Simba.
Yeah.
And,
yep.
So
not just that, I wasn't down for a big dog.
You were not down for a big dog.
Simba,
he's only had little dogs.
Yeah, Simba was about this big.
I've only had big dogs.
He's a Pomeranian. For those watching, he's a Pomeranian. And Nala jumped out at us in ways that we didn't even know we knew.
Yeah. And she was a pit boxer.
She was a pit boxer. Two breeds, and I was like, hell no. I was like, hell no. Nope.
And me too.
Yeah, we were both like, hell no.
And I've only ever had pits my adult life. So I was like, I'm not doing this again.
So we ended up, when I say she found us, it was funny. you know, it was funny because she was we I thought she
was
fell in love with her.
She was very attentive towards
Yeah,
me, and
yeah.
you know, I had 22 stitches in my eye and my scalp from a pit bull.
Right.
So it's not that I didn't love them. I love the breed. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. It was just it was a bad situation.
Yeah.
And she attached herself to me.
Yep.
And kept jumping up on me, and it was really hard because I was still having, I mean, this happened years ago, but I still didn't like dogs near my face.
Yeah.
Don't get near my face. Kind of
Yeah.
like people. I'm the same way with people.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh wow, you know, and I'm like, hey, I don't think this is right, because she's like ignoring you altogether. She's nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And she kept like coming up on me, and I was like, okay. And he said, yeah, let's we were there for another dog. He goes, let's see Emu.
That was the name of the other dog.
And she stopped and looked at him like, are you serious right now? And just took off running across the room to him.
Yeah.
And jumped on him like she'd been doing me. And then she stopped and came right back over to me. And a few minutes goes by, and he goes, no, yeah, we need to see Emu. And she looked at him again and ran over to him. And by the third time, he tested the theory.
I was like, well,
it was too late.
To hell with Emu.
She's our dog.
She's our dog.
And you know when you know.
Yeah. And she, from that moment, never ever left our side.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, so to say that she was special is an understatement. One thing we will say is that you are not allowed to be sad in this house with that dog around.
No, you couldn't even be happy. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah. You could be happy, but it got to where, and I've said it several times on the podcast, you have to say, I'm okay. You know, even when they're joyful tears. She didn't like tears, and she didn't like loud voices. She one time we had it was a discussion. It wasn't even an argument.
Yeah, I think we were laughing really loud.
Yeah, but we were sitting side by side, and it was a serious discussion. And she didn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. So she literally put one paw on my leg, one paw on your leg, and kind of tilted her head back and forth, touching us.
It's like to show that she's here for us.
Yeah. And what was crazy is she was a trained service dog, was still, you know, there was just a few more things.
Yeah. But she's
but she was really, she would do a low army crawl to Davey. When he would get upset when she was first with us, she would get really down low and, hey, you know, I'm here for you. Yeah. So, and she continued to do that.
So we done a special on service dogs. I will still reiterate, probably one of the best decisions of our lives, getting a service animal. If you have someone suffering from, you know, any mental condition, you'd be surprised what a service animal could do.
It's a big difference.
It's a big difference. You'd be surprised what a service animal can do. To state that dog was a friend, I will say it's an understatement.
Yeah, she was a part of us. And it's, you know, everybody, you know, your dog is part of your family, of course.
Yeah. And we have to.
But she made life okay.
Yeah.
Like it was okay. And he could go to the store because he had her. And it was different from me because one, he got his independence.
Yeah.
And two, she would tap into him before I would. And so she would alert him and say, hey, Dad, it's okay. And if he wasn't listening to her, she would go nuts.
You would talk about being a stubborn.
She was like, no, you're leaving, and I'm going to act out and embarrass the shit out of you until you leave.
Yep. And she used to do just that. So
because he wouldn't listen, because he's stubborn.
Yeah. And so was she. So we will say to any veterans listening,
please go get a service animal.
It is a no-brainer. Any veteran listen, someone who has, it's not just mental thing. It
No.
could be a medical condition, seizures, whatever.
And any caregiver
listening, trust me.
You need that. You need a partner.
Yeah. Service animals are, this ain't a PSA. This is a testimony. You know what I mean? And it's we have to say that we love you to our dog Nala so much. We do. And it's okay, baby. And yeah. So as you can see, we're still grieving a little bit.
It's gonna be a long.
It's gonna be a little while, yeah. But we didn't want. We still wanted to try to.
Well, we have to get back to life.
We have to get back to life.
Today was the first day we went to the grocery store.
Yeah, and so.
And if you you have no idea. We were breaking down in almost every aisle.
Yeah. In the grocery store, because she used to come with us to the grocery store.
She went everywhere with us.
Yep.
And when I say she was my partner, she was his service animal,
Uh-huh.
his shadow, his soul. He was alpha out. And even like if I would get nervous about something, I would walk away because I never wanted her to, oh, hey, what's wrong with mom? You know, she had to have his full attention and but she was my partner.
Yeah.
And I trusted her with him. And I trusted that if I needed to leave the house, she had him. And
she did.
And she did.
We were literally like Shaggy and Scooby.
Oh God.
We were literally like, because we was always in trouble too. So
so you know, at home when she's not working, but she really is.
Yeah.
I was alpha.
Mm-hmm.
But then her and I would get into it because she would get jealous if he was paying too much attention to me. And it was really, it was quite sweet. And it was when it was happening. I mean, there were times it was completely annoying. Because she was a 65-pound dog and would try to push me off the couch. But it was amazing. It was amazing watching her grow. It was amazing seeing how an animal can take on your energy and your spirit and say, hey, I got you. And you could talk to her, you know, she could talk to you.
And she understood. And so this episode was not going to center just around that. You know, we had tragedy happen. We had grief happen. But also in these past few weeks, we had a few
complete joy.
We've had some joy out of it. So we went to Washington State, right?
We drove.
We
didn't just go to Washington
I need y'all to understand.
State.
We drove from Kansas to Washington State. Yes, let that shit sink in. We drove from Kansas to Washington State. A lot of couple time. You know, even we definitely
say that so sarcastic.
No. I'm saying as in like, whether you like each other or not, you're gonna find out. You're gonna
fuck around, find out.
But
I dare you.
Yeah.
Go with your husband or your wife from Kansas to Washington State. Drive 2,500 miles with them and no room for error at any time because it's the busiest travel holiday weekend. It was the weekend of Thanksgiving. And because of the tragedy that had happened, we kind of left late. We were devastated. And that was the whole reason why we were driving, because Nala wasn't ready for a flight yet.
Yeah, she wasn't ready for an airplane yet. So we were going to drive there.
We were driving, but when you're driving from Kansas to Washington, and we had to be at a surprise engagement no later than we had to hit every mark correctly. But it's winter or getting ready to be, and sun's setting at 4:30. And you can't go the northern route, which is the shorter route, because of the Cascade Mountains and snow. So we went through the desert and straight up California, Oregon, Washington, and he lives at the tippy top of Washington.
Yep. And there was a few things about this trip. Our brother he had planned a surprise engagement. He was going to propose to his girl, and he had been planning this for 6 months. He had been planning it for 6 months. And one of the things about this engagement that was so big was that all of us, all of our siblings were going to be together for the first time in 20 years, all of us in the same room, first time in 20 years. And then to top this off, well, I'll get to that part, but it was about family.
It was
right. It was
much.
about family. And so she got to meet the last member of the family.
I did.
The last two. But
our new sister.
Yeah.
And your sister.
Yep.
And of course, you FaceTime. I talk to Krisha all the time. We're texting or whatever.
Yeah.
So we already had that connection.
Yeah. And so,
but to be in someone's energy is completely different.
And so one other thing we found is that the entire West Coast has legalized weed. Let's just go ahead and say that. Entire West Coast.
Completely.
Yeah. Because California, Oregon.
I mean, we knew it, but we didn't know it.
California, Oregon, and Washington were literally, you're going to say it, the regular air was marijuana. The little pockets of air where you like, what's that smell? Oh, that's fresh air.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
What's that?
What's that? Oh, that's fresh air.
That's actual air.
Yeah, that's actual air.
Opposed to the Cheech and Chong air that we were breathing the entire time.
So we get there and, just seeing family, it was just, huge in our, and, one of the other things that we had to say, because like we said, there's this tragedy that happened, family. And then our last thing was forgiveness. So our father, we hadn't seen him in easily 20 years. All of us in the same room with my mother, my father, and and all of us in the same room for over 20 years. There were some things that our childhood that we were holding on to, that we really were holding on to. And for those that are listening, you believe whatever you want. But we know that we will believe that God was there.
Oh yeah.
And our father, we reunited with our father from over 20 years. And it was probably one of the most memorable experiences of my life, besides finding my wife. But
it was beautiful.
It was
amazing.
Yes.
It was, I said today, it was like, well, and you said like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
It was this
it was literally, it was though,
that you only see on TV, and it's like that Christmas story, right? The miracle where the family comes together at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That was the 3 days in Washington State. And I just remember going, this is like a movie. This doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah.
But it did.
It did. And
we got to be there for it.
And it was amazingly beautiful.
It was.
Everybody made up, and it literally turned into an amazing family reunion.
Yeah, it did.
It turned, my mom was there with her current husband, and my dad brought his current wife. And it was, I think the probably the most iconic pictures was probably all four of them taking a picture together.
Mm-hmm.
All of them taking a picture together. And I think that with a lot of those things, you don't realize just how blessed you are till you to because we say God shows out consistently, like, watch this, sprinkle a little of this on them real quick. Sprinkle this blessing on them real quick. And when I say it was beautiful, we did that. My brother proposed, and we clearly joked around with him. Was like, what if she say no?
Yeah.
You ever think about that?
She said yes.
She said yes. But so for 6 months he planned this engagement.
I'm like, dude, what if she said
well, yeah, we're like, hey, you've been planning for 6 months. You ever think about what happens if she say no? Or like, hey, because we know how it goes. Like, well, can I talk to you in the back? Excuse me, everyone. Let's go to the bed. That's like, keep in mind, I'm still drinking. If she say no, I just want you to know, and I'm still eating this food.
Yeah.
But and it was catered. The Thanksgiving dinner was catered by this Caribbean. It was a jerk.
Is it the Jerk Shack?
I can't remember what it is. We're gonna
look it up, because
we're gonna give a shout out to this
because for the people that are in Oak Harbor or the surrounding area,
man,
y'all need to go.
Yeah.
Get this food.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I liked them.
I can't remember what the caterer, what his name was. I think he sent it to us in the group chat. Now, keep in mind, one of the other great things about when you and your family, see each other and you guys all come together and like, hey, we're family. Let's never lose touch. So there's a group chat, text messages, group chat. And I'm not going to say it's too many people in it. I'm going to say that we don't need to know everything. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's a buttload of people in our group text messages. It's all family. It's my dad, my mom, brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? And people we consider close family. It's literally a group text message chat that we have that we all go back and forth. But when you talk about family, that's the true meaning of it.
Absolutely.
And we have what we call the bat phone, where if somebody needs to get something across to the whole family, we message it. We do the video through Messenger. We have a group through Messenger, and then it rings on all of our phones. And if that rings, and everybody needs to pick up.
Yeah, that's the important one.
Yeah. So I just do a search for jerk, baby.
I did.
Oh, it ain't come up.
It ain't coming up.
I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, the food was astronomically amazing. It was literally, this guy did jerk salmon. Excuse me. He did jerk. What else? Goat.
Well, it was curried goat.
Curry goat. My bad. It was curry goat, and then jerk chicken.
Chicken wings and thighs.
Man, that food
His
was
mac and cheese was so good.
That's real talk. Me and her would literally, if we could, fly into Oak Harbor.
Yeah.
Get our jerk and then roll out.
Yeah.
Good to see everybody. See you. Thank you.
And,
We just
that's real talk.
Mhm.
It was that good. The salmon, you guys don't even know.
Yeah.
You guys don't even know.
It was delicious. It was very delicious. But I have to say that the food, the forgiveness, and the family, the triple F's, you know what I mean? It was oh, and we have to go ahead and put this out there and say Family Feud.
Oh my.
Family Feud for the PlayStation. It is
It's amazing.
It's an amazing family game. And you guys have to play Family Feud for the PlayStation with your family. It's amazing. And if you're looking for a game that you think you're great and you want to challenge your kids on, Overcooked 2.
Oh,
that will ruin families. It's probably worse than Monopoly. I just need you guys to know that. Overcooked 2.
Yeah.
It will probably do its thing. So, I mean, we just wanted to get on here through it all and say, yeah, we know it's been a while. But for those who are still with us, thank you for staying with us. You know what I mean? And
and we're ranking in Mexico.
Yeah, we found out we're ranking in
we got an email.
Yeah, saying that, hey, we are number 126.
Yeah,
in Mexico.
And we hadn't been. So, you know, we were, of course, there. We're all over the world, but we were moving up so quickly within 30 days that the it was Apple Music or whatever took notice, or Apple Podcasts, and sent us a congratulatory little something.
We got that as we were on the road and we weren't recording. So
and we had, you know, because we'd known about this trip for 6 months. So we were like, hey, we're gonna do our podcast from the hotels, but we got to keep it secret. And you know, we were gonna do all this stuff, but then, you know,
obviously tragedy struck, and
we needed, you know, we've said that before because we've had to take a break before, and it's like, hey, you know, this is life. This is real life.
It's real life.
This is not, you know, a production. This is absolute truth. And sometimes you got to take that step back and say, hey, I can't today.
Now, we are true believers in the show must go on.
Absolutely.
We know the show must go on.
You have to get back up.
But that doesn't mean ignore, you know, what is going on. You know what I'm saying? It's our firm belief that we're just like, look, you know, hey, we do this. We love it. We love what we do. We love our podcast. We love that we got listeners. And it helps us. It's very great therapy at the same time.
Yeah.
But we're going to take care of self, you know.
Well, self comes first. And each other.
And each other before
this. And that's what
it boils down to.
Because I wanted to curl up in a ball. I threw up for a week. I didn't eat. And he, you know, I don't even want to go into that, but so what we did, and I really want people to hear this, like,
absolutely.
What we did was we decided, we need to go, but if we can't get there, then we can't get there.
Absolutely.
You have to, there's something weird in the brain, like you have to remind yourself you're an adult, and you don't have to. So we had decided every step of the way.
We had planned stops.
Yeah, we did.
We had planned stops,
we
and
had
we
planned
stopped,
an actual vacation,
and we stopped, and
but we did have planned stops that were safe.
yeah,
And
and
because
when because when tragedy comes for us, now not everything is a tragic event after that. Because don't get me wrong, we missed the hell of our service dog.
Oh God.
But when we say right after that, and then we would get on the road, and then right after that, it's getting dark, and we're like, okay, we got like 4 hours left to get to New Mexico.
Yeah.
And we get word that the Rittenhouse verdict comes out. We're like, God dang it. And you're like, man, this is not the time to be on the road. And then the cherry on top was, and here's a full moon.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, we gotta get in a hotel fast.
And it was the full moon of that eclipse that it hadn't been in like 500 and something years. And I was like, we got to be off the road. Like, we're supposed to be off the road, but we were staying on bases, and that helped because we felt we just had that sense of security.
Yeah.
But every night that we stopped, we reevaluated.
Yeah.
And hey, can we keep going tomorrow?
That's right.
And are we okay today?
And one of the things we will say is this is like, look, self-care and taking care of each other is incredibly important. My wife and I, we love what we do. We love our podcasts. Let's not get it twisted. We love each other more.
Yeah, we do.
And we have to take care of each other before we can get out here and do these things. But we just wanted to share this stuff with you guys. It's like, hey, did they just all of a sudden they're not doing it anymore? Like, no, we're still doing it.
We're doing it.
We needed time. We needed time.
Yeah.
And that's 100% fact.
And tomorrow, today was the grocery store, and tomorrow, maybe Christmas lights. I don't know. We're taking it day by day because there's so much more involved. Again, go back to the special and service animals, and you'll know exactly what Nala did and who she was and why this is hitting so hard, because she is a literal prescription.
Right.
And so that makes it even harder, because this isn't, oh, we lost our family pet. This is, we have lost a prescription, and now we have to make those decisions on
what to do next,
because he still needs that prescription.
Right.
And it's not like you can just go to the pharmacy and pick up another one.
Yeah. Y'all got Rottweilers here? Like, I got a prescription for Rottweilers, or any pit bulls? Like, I don't know.
Boxer?
Y'all got a generic version?
I don't know. Poodle.
Yeah, you get a generic version of that? Anyway.
Which
would be a poodle. They were like, yeah, you gotta go pick it up from the other pharmacy. Not here. We don't carry that here. You gotta pick it up there. We can order it in.
Insurance doesn't cover that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. It's a lot more involved, and then of course, then we have to pick up backup training, and there's that. Oh my God, we don't want to put that pressure on a dog because we've already had perfection.
Right.
But we have to, just like with medication.
Yep.
There's another one you can take, and it's going to be a long road, and be assured we'll document it.
Yeah. So
because we're going to have to talk about it. It's not going to be easy, but we know it's something that has to be done.
Yep.
And it's just been a crazy 3 weeks.
Crazy. So,
I literally we left here and there was no Christmas lights up. And then we start going back through to come home, and there's Christmas lights everywhere and Christmas music playing. And I'm like, what world are we in?
So, that's it for us guys on this. We just wanted to get all of that out. It's been tough, but we know it'll get more and more manageable.
It will. And we'll come back on.
We'll come back on
tomorrow and do the fishbowl topics.
We'll do it all over again
and be back to our
one day
normal,
at a time. Yeah, one day at a time.
At some point, but right now it's
one day at a time.
We had to come down and get this out of the way.
Exactly.
And it sucks because there's nothing more that Davey and I want right now than to be happy and tell you funny things and make fun of people and cuss. But it's just we're trying.
And so we want to say thank you for people who have reached out that do know already and have been reaching out to us. So we do want to say thank you. We appreciate it. It's just it's just been a little rough, is all. So we're gonna end it there. You guys know where to find us, DMWATSpodcast.com. Make sure you guys check out our NFTs,
Oh,
OpenSea.io.
yeah, there's those too.
And the
I forgot
NFTs.
about
Yep.
those.
You can find us on all those services. We're still in that Doge, AMC, and Shiba. And we need to put up Saitama up there. We got to draw Saitama or something up there.
Do I
too.
need to do that?
Yeah, well, we get it. I said we. I didn't want everybody to know I don't draw at all. I mean, I said we need to.
Oh no, I'll let you draw it.
It ain't. I can draw the circle that it comes in. And
Okay.
then you do rest.
And that way it'll be a team.
Is that right? Team effort. That's what it's
It'll
about.
be a
That's what it's about. Anyway, I love her. But anyway, signing off for DMWATS. I'm Davey.
I missed
Thank you guys. We will see you guys next time. Y'all take it easy.
Bye.
Mhm.
What flavor is that?
Pixie.